A very good evening and welcome to Prime TV News, coming to you live and direct from the Prime TV studios with me, Abrar Abid. Now, before we go into our stories in detail, let's take a look at our headlines. The President says no politics in decisions on national security. 7 mobile phone jammers seized in Negombo. Defense Secretary urges the public not to be misled by rumors. Fuel tanker blast kills 58 people in Niger. In our lead story, President Maithripala Sirisena stresses that no politics will play a role in decisions taken in connection with the national security. He made the comment giving an interview to BBC News Service.
Did you ever imagine that the Islamic State group would target your country, Sri Lanka?
To be very honest, I never thought so. I am shocked and can't understand why they chose Sri Lanka for this attack.
And why do you think they did select Sri Lanka for this attack?
I do question if it's because they do not have the ability to go head-to-head with the world's powerful nations. So they chose a country that had recently established peace to make the statement that IS still exists.
But there were repeated warnings in the lead-up to the attacks about the possibility of bombings taking place. Not acting on those warnings was a huge failure, wasn't it?
It's clear that information had been received by those occupying top positions in the intelligence services. However, I was not apprised of this information. They neglected their duties, which is why I have taken action against them. These persons have been removed from their offices, and I have appointed a committee to investigate the matter.
And there's been a recent very high-profile spat between you and the Prime Minister. Is that what lies beneath this failure of the intelligence services to adequately share information?
Contrary to the rumors, the Prime Minister and I do not have such serious issues. To be clear, when it comes to action being taken with regards to matters relating to national security, political differences and issues are set aside.
The tourist industry is an important part of the Sri Lankan economy. What message would you send to international tourists who are thinking twice about coming to Sri Lanka, about whether it's safe enough or not?
The tourist industry has been very severely impacted. There has been a 70% decline. In order to bring tourists back, we need to eliminate terrorism. Even now, after the attacks, there are tourists. So while the country is returning to normal, tourists will come. I am taking action to ensure their safety.
7 equipment have been seized that are capable to jam mobile phone networks and other communication systems. Police spokesman Superintendent of Police Ruan Gunasekara says a suspect has been apprehended along with 7 equipment. The arrest was made in Negombo. According to the police spokesperson Ruan Gunasekara, further investigations are being carried out in the connection. Now, Secretary to the Ministry of Defence, General Shantha Kotegowda, says the security forces are the only arm that can ensure security in the country.
රටේ ආරක්ෂාව ගැන තහවුරු කිරීමට හැකි අංශ තමයි රටේ ආරක්ෂක අංශයන්.
The Defense Secretary was speaking at a media briefing that was attended by heads of security forces. The Defense Secretary urged the general public not to be misled by gossip and rumors. Acting IGP CD Vikramaratne said that 2 bomb experts engaged in the Easter attack and both of them are no more. He added that within a short period of time, the public was able to identify all the suspects involved in the incident and arrest them. He pointed out that some culprits involved in the bomb attack committed suicide. The haul of explosives that had been hidden by the terrorists with intention to carry out future attack was also recovered by the security personnel. He stressed that public life is returning to normalcy. Navy Commander Vice Admiral Pial de Silva said that measures have been taken to strengthen security in all the parts of the island. He added that no room will be allowed to terrorists to compromise security of naval nerve points. Army Commander Lieutenant General Mahesh Senanayake said that all the commands have been given to nab the elements who have breached the law and order while engaging in terror attacks. He urged the general public not to be panicked over security situation. He also requested not to be misguided by the false information.
In more local news, 7 persons who had connections with the leader of the National Tawheed Jamaat, Zahran Hashim, have been arrested in Katankudi. The suspects were arrested last night by the police. They are scheduled to be produced before the magistrate of Batticaloa today. Meanwhile, 85 live ammunitions have been found from Aludgama in Vaunia in a search operation conducted by the police. The search operation was done as the police received a tip-off that a suspicious parcel has been left in a home garden. The Vaunia police conducts further investigations. 2 hand grenades, 82 T-56 live bullets, 52 other types of bullets and a cache of gunpowder were found at a place in Bandara Guda. The police suspects that a group of people have thrown the haul of weapons to the place. The Nitambua police recovered 13 live ammunitions and a firearm hidden at a place in Moratukanda of Pasiala. A suspect has been arrested with the weapons. An individual was taken into custody with a trishaw and 9 T-56 bullets in a raid conducted by the police and the army. 2 live hand grenades were also found from the Parakumpura area by the police. The 2 bombs were defused by the engineering regiment of the army safely. A laptop with cluster of extremist lectures have been seized in a search operation conducted at the Marandamuna area in Ampara. A laptop with extremist lectures delivered by Zahran Hashim and a foreign preacher was seized in a raid carried out by the Sri Lanka Navy and the police. Bank receipts confirming depositing of 5 million Sri Lankan rupees, passbooks and several passports were also taken into custody. The 2 youths who had escaped from the Holy Cross Church in Hatton have surrendered to the police. It has been recorded on CCTV cameras that the 2 youths entered the church during the masses and escaping soon after starting ringing of bells. The police opened investigations into the incident based on CCTV footage. Meanwhile, Colombo district organizer of the National Tawheed Jamaat, Muhammad Farooq Muhammad Fawaz, has been remanded till the 21st of this month. Chief Magistrate of Colombo gave the order. Kesalvatta police told the court today that as videos and documents pertaining to the National Tawheed Jamaat have been seized from him, further investigations need to be done. The police say the bomb incident had been recorded in his mobile phone. In more local news, President Maithripala Sirisena states that politicians and media institutions should act responsibly. He was speaking in Parliament today. The President also emphasized to wipe out all forms of terrorism from the country. He added that the fight against terrorism proceeds successfully. Addressing the House, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that he has received a special report from the IGP regarding the country's situation. Tabling the report, the Prime Minister highlighted that public life is returning to normalcy. He also said that all the culprits involved in the Easter Day attack have been nabbed. Leader of the House, Minister Lakshman Kiryala, said that they are waiting for the response of the Attorney General Department and the police in connection with the arrested officers of his media unit. State Minister of Finance Iran Vikramaratne says a concessionary package will be introduced by the government with the view of boosting the country's tourism in the post-Easter attack. He was speaking at a media briefing held in Colombo today.
The Honourable Minister of Finance, Mangala Samaraveera, has already discussions and negotiations with the Asian Development Bank at the highest levels, and we are also expecting to get assistance from the Asian Development Bank. Also, we are having discussions with other agencies and multilateral institutions, which basically will be, whatever we receive from there will be in addition to the measures that we are announcing today. What we are announcing, the financial package, will apply to everybody. It will be on a case-by-case basis implemented through the banks through which they have obtained these loans. So moratorium will go right up to the 31st of March 2020 on capital and interest repayments. We've done this after discussion with all the banks and the banking sector, and the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, while I'm speaking, are issuing regulations which are going out just while we speak, giving effect to what is being said here this afternoon. The payments, the cash flow situation will improve. In addition to that, we have also, under Enterprise Sri Lanka, have a Jaya Isuru loan, and we have a green loan. We have already dispersed about 15 billion rupees just to the tourism industry over the past few months. Even those loans will be subject to the moratorium so that it will help these companies with their cash flow. In addition to that, to help them with their working capital, we are providing working capital loans. This will be for a period of 2 years with a 75% interest subsidy, which effectively takes the interest rate to 3.4%. The amount that one could avail themselves will depend on the turnover of that particular company. The VAT has also been pushed to a concessionary rate to improve the cash flows of this company, and it will apply for the full year, 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020, and the applicable rate here will be 5%. The Ministry of Finance has recommended that on all equipment that has to be imported, particularly for security measures, that's from handheld metal detectors to walk-through detectors to baggage x-ray machines to vehicle scanners, that these will basically, the HS codes will be specified, and these could be imported duty-free.
Non-Cabinet Minister Dr. Harsha De Silva says mobile app will be introduced to the 1990 Suvasaria ambulance service. He added that the new app will be introduced at the Suvasaria headquarters in Rajagiriya next morning. The aim of the introduction of the mobile app is to make the service more efficient. Now, in more local news, the school principal states that presence of students in schools is satisfactory today as compared to the previous days. Meanwhile, the security forces affirm that security in schools island-wide has been tightened. The number of students present at the Kalaniya Mahavidyalaya was at a satisfactory level and measures had been taken to ensure their safety. Deputy Principal of the Anuradhapura Central College, Ananda Hettiarachi, said that the number of students that came to school has been improved today. Parents of the Anuradhapura district say security in schools and vicinity has been beefed up and they decided to send their children to schools without any fear. Security in Polonnaruwa district schools has also been beefed up and more students were present in schools. The education official stated that 100% presence of teachers was reported from the Polonnaruwa district. The security forces had implemented special security plan for the Ananda Balika College of Hinguragguda today, and a good number of students had come to the school. A special security plan has been implemented in the Gaul district as well. Our provincial correspondents say education activities were conducted in accordance with timetables without any hindrance. Schools in Colombo also ran successfully today. The school principal said that the number of students presenting schools has improved. According to the principal of the Ananda Central College in Modara, UB Priyantha Disanaika highlighted that a good number of students came to the school. The Mathura district school principals also said that support of different sections was received to implement a successful security arrangement in government schools. First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon, has sent a condolence message to Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe denouncing Easter Day attack in Sri Lanka.
The minister says the Scotland government always stand by Sri Lanka in difficult situations. Meanwhile, President of Venezuela has also sent a condolence message on the brutal attack that killed a large number of innocent civilians on the Easter Day. Prime Minister of Georgia issuing a condolence message wishes speedy recovery to the victims of the terror attack who sustained injuries. Malaysian President Mahathir Mohamad has also sent a condolence message. Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad has also sent a condolence message to Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara says political parties created in the racial and religious lines should be eliminated. Dayasiri Jayasekara was speaking at a media briefing held at the SLFP headquarters. The parliamentarian said that conduct of the Muslim politicians influenced directly or indirectly Islamic extremists. He pointed out that some Muslim politicians fueled extremism with the view of bagging more votes. He emphasizes that all the citizens living in the country obey to one law. In more local news, the National Water Supply and Drainage Board announces that 12 hours and 30 minutes water cut will be imposed in several areas tomorrow.
This is due to an urgent maintenance work at the Kethena water purification plant. The water cut will be in effect from 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. tomorrow. Water supply will be suspended to areas including Waduwa, Waskaduwa, Potupitiya, Kalutara, Katukurunda, Nagoda, Payagala, Piliminawatta, Bombuwala, Maggona, Beruwala, Kaluwa Modara, Moragolla, Alutgama, Garga Town and Bentota.
Around 3 kilograms of narcotic substance called ice has been seized from an air passenger at the Kattanayake International Airport. The suspect has arrived in the country from Chennai. The individual was inspected based on a tip-off received by the Police Narcotics Bureau. The illegal substance was found in a false bottom of his baggage. The suspect has been identified as Muhammad Hassan Muhammad Akram of the Wattala area in Mabola. The culprit is expected to be produced before the Negombo magistrate. And that is a wrap-up of Prime TV News for today. Join us again tomorrow for the very latest. For the Prime TV News team, I've been Abrar Abid. A very good evening and take care.